Okay, right. Right. I've been sorting out my bearings on my generator because it turned out that the bearings were binding because one of one of my rubber bushings had come out of position, and that's because of the weight of the rotors. Anyway, so and then I discovered why my power had been fluctuating to my motor, and why it is going faster and slower and faster and slower. Can you guess what the problem was? Cheap, nasty patch leads from China. Yeah, it figures. So instead of calling these patch leads, I think I'll call them crap leads from now on, because basically the wires were crimped inside and were absolutely useless. They weren't soldered on. They were making very poor contact. Anyway, I put some new leads on, and everything is very stable now. Now look at that. My 871 RPM were 871 RPM. My meter over here is connected to my secondary coil. The wires are trailing over there. Now, what happens when I turn my meter to current? We're still at 871. 871. It keeps jumping, hovering sort of between 871 and 872 RPM. Now let's check the motor current. A minute. The motor is currently using 120 milliamps, and the voltage is at 8.2 volts, 7.99 volts. We're getting much better readings on the motor now, by the way. We can see the variations slightly on it. So the motor is here, and which is driving my mechanism, and that's my mechanism I've been working on, which is not complete yet. There's still more work to do on it. We're still 872 RPM, 120 milliamps, 8.03 volts. Now let's put this on current. Switch this to current, 1 volts AC. Now we're on 200 milliamp range, and we're drawing 29.8 milliamps from the secondary coil, 29.9 milliamps from the secondary coil. Now let's have a look over here, and we're at 872 RPM. It's not changed. What's changed on the voltage? 7.98. Oh, it's hovering 7.99. 7.98 volts. 120 milliamps still. That's what the motor's using. We're at 0.96 watts. The voltage is still hovering 7.99, 8.03, 120 milliamps, and we're still at 872 RPM. The device is not slowing down at all. Now let's go back over to my meter. So I moved it over here because it was easier for me to see monitoring it over here. Now let's put this back on voltage. Right, we're back on volts AC, and we're reading 4.09. Wait, it's around 4.1. 4.09. AC. Well, we're at 4.1 now though. Now let's go back to the current that we're measuring on the motor. The motor and the speed is still 872 RPM. The drive to the motor is 8 volts, 120 milliamps. It's fluctuating a bit. It's fluctuating a little bit between 7.97 to 8.02 or something like that. Now, if those aren't results, I don't know what are. This thing is not slowing down. I'm not making any claims at all. But anyway, I just thought you'd be interested in seeing that. I've been spending hours and hours trying to sort the bearings out, because that was one issue. The other issue I had was these horrible, crappy crocodile clips, which were giving me all this erratic behaviour with my speed, and now that's been rectified, we can actually get some real results on what's really going on. Thanks for watching.